Okay, so we are gonna see, vamos a comparar high schools, right? Colegios. Colegio means high school. Colegio means high school. We're gonna compare high schools in Argentina and the United States. If you have another school in your mind in the United States, if you lived in Georgia or Washington State or Texas or New York, you can put that school in there too, okay? But we're basically doing Newport News because most of us are here. All right, you are gonna see my school that I went to when I was in high school in Argentina, in this thing. But this is not the one, this is not my school. Esta es una escuela pública. What does that mean? It's a public school.
In Argentina?
Right, in Argentina.
That ain't English.
So I want you to look at it, right? I want you to look at it, right? It's in the city, right? It is in a city. So we have this patio. What would we call this patio? A courtyard, right? And now somebody in the other class said it looked like a parking garage.
It does.
Cause like, you know, like the underneath here where you walk in. And that's kind of on purpose because the schools, like they take up a whole block in the city. And the interior of the school is where the students go for like class changes and recess and stuff. So they're not out where people in the city could get to the kids. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So they're protected. So they have the walls of the school around the kids. Do we have that here?
No.
No, right? Where is our outside?
Outside.
Out, right? Like when you're outside, you can get all the way to the street. But here also, it's a little easier to keep control of the kids. Once everybody's in the building, there's a gate back here. They close the gate and they lock the gate.
How about here,
If you're late, you have to ring the bell and then let you in, they know you're tardy. They don't close it right away because I was late all the time. We had to be there at 7 a.m., so you know me. I don't know, y'all are in my first period knows. All right, este es el patio. We said it, the school starts at 7 a.m. for high school. We started at 7. We had to be in line like this. You lined up with your class for la bandera, right? So they don't do a Pledge of Allegiance. We do a Pledge of Allegiance right in our class, first hour. They played the national anthem. That takes a lot longer than just a little pledge, right? And you have to stand up in line in alphabetical order in your class, and that's kind of when they do roll too.
That's what I did when I went to Achievable Dream. Like
Okay.
the elementary, like you have to go into, I believe it was a gym. You have to go to the gym, you have to sit with your class, alphabetical order.
Yeah.
And then we have to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. You have to sing it, like the full song. That's how I memorized it.
Oh, the national anthem.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's where we were supposed to sing it, but you know, most people go blah, 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 blah. This here, it says, muchas escuelas. We're videotaping, by the way. Yeah, no, that's fine. We like your comments.
Okay.
Could you hear her, you think? Yeah, or him. We said that 7 a.m. to 12:30 as colegio. What does colegio mean?
Class for us.
Colegio.
Oh my bad, I was reading the wrong one. It's high school.
Colegio es high school. It sounds like college, doesn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
It sounds like college, but it's not college, it's high school. So how do we say high school? Colegio, colegio. College is universidad, university.
High school.
So in England, they do the same, college. I studied that in college means high school. Yes. And then universidad, I go to uni or I go to university is what we would call college. All right. Then in the afternoon, like at 1 or 1:30 or 2, depending on the school or the city, the elementary kids come in. So the high school kids are there in the morning, and then the elementary kids are there in the afternoon until like dinner time, till evening.
Isn't that how it is here?
No, the elementary does not come in this building.
I mean, I don't mean like.
No, we use the same building. That's what we're saying, is we use that same building for high school in the morning and elementary in the afternoon. And sometimes even night classes at night for like people getting their GED or people going back to school or taking like some community classes to try to get back so they could pass their GED. They have a thing in Argentina, if you do not pass your classes, then you have to redo the exams, and if you still don't pass, then you're out. So then those people would have to go to night school and pay for it, okay? So they have to pay for that program. So there's a big incentive for people to actually pass their classes, okay? Esta es mi escuela. Esta es mi escuela. ¿Qué color es mi escuela? Blanca, right? Es una escuela blanca. Y es muy antigua. Es muy antigua. Esta es la escuela, es muy antigua. No tiene calefacción y no tiene aire acondicionado. What does that mean?
Air conditioner.
Right, no air conditioner and no heat. Do y'all know anything about, I'm gonna point on the map right there. That's where Salta is, in northern Argentina. Hace calor en el verano.
Do you guys like use like natural like heating and cooling?
We have windows.
Yeah.
We have windows.
Also,
So, we start school the beginning of March. Because that is the fall, that is the spring. It's the fall for us. March, April, May, June, and then July is winter break. We get a 2-week break for winter break. How many weeks do we usually get on our winter break? 2 weeks, right? We get a 2-week winter break. When is the winter break in Newport News?
December.
In December, right? End of December. Same there. It's like the 2 weeks in July, like the last 2 weeks of July. Again, they kind of rotate it because that's the middle of winter for us. Because look where it is on the map, right there. That's the equator up there. Right here's North America. Down here, South America. We have opposite seasons. So December is the middle of the summer. So we have Christmas in the middle of the summer. We put up our Christmas tree and decorate it on the outside patio, like on the deck. Yeah, we have like these covered decks. It's a popular thing in our houses. And we decorate the tree, and we have a big cookout outside, and everybody eats outside. Maybe you go swimming in the swimming pool, or down to the river, or go horseback riding. Some people go sailing. You do summer stuff because it's the middle of summer. Have volleyball game or a soccer game in the backyard, right? That's what we do. All the families there, and the kids play sports, right? And the grown-ups drink coffee or mate, which we'll talk about another day, and type of tea, and sit around and talk. Yeah, maybe cerveza or vino. Okay, so esta es mi escuela. It's about 200 years old. Tiene 200 años. Right, es una escuela vieja. You see here the gate? So they close that gate after school starts. Not at 7, not at 7:15, but somewhere around 7:30. How many people are in their classes?
A lot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's like 8 rows, 8 people across. Right, these are little aisles right here. There's a little aisle right there. But you see everybody's jammed in there. Right, so how many students do you want to guess in a class?
At least 30 or 40.
More. Like 48, 52. I think we had 52 people in my class. And now the room is probably double the size of this room here, right? If we had extra room. We were not crammed in as much as they are. My room was bigger than this one. You see we have windows there. And then you're gonna see their doors going out to the patio. You're gonna see the patio in a minute. But look at the walls. Bonito or feo? Feo. Es muy feo. See? El aula es muy feo. They have pretty decorations and flags hanging and everything? No. Right? No decorations. There's a good reason for that. The students stay in this class, the same room all day. And the teachers change classes.
Oh, I heard about
Wait,
the
what?
The teachers change classes, not the students. Okay, so we are in there, stuck in there. But we would have usually 7 classes a day. Okay, so 7 class periods a day. Each one is about 40, 45, 50 minutes in that range. And I say that range because it depends on the school. So let's say 45 minutes a class, right? We'd have 2 classes, so that's an hour and a half, and then we'd have a little break, like a 5 or a 10-minute break, where we could go out into the courtyard. Let me see if I can find a courtyard. Here's a courtyard picture. right? See how they're out in the courtyard, and these, where these arches are, right there, these doors are the doors to the classrooms. Okay, so the classroom doors open to the courtyard, so you'd leave those doors. Most classrooms have two doors, one on this end and one on that end. Okay, and then they have the windows on the opposite wall that are the great big windows, right? And they do let in some air, but they could also let in heat or cold. So we would get to go out in the courtyard in between classes, and then the teachers would change. Some classes, like for French, we would stay in the class, because most people took French. Most people took English and French. But some kids said, oh, I want to take German. So like the 5 kids that took German and the 4 kids that took Italian, they would go to a different room with the other senior year or junior, whatever class, right? And they would all have German, and maybe 5 kids from the other class would come into our class for French. Yeah.
Wait, okay, so you said that you went to school in Argentina, right? How many years?
Just my senior year.
Okay.
Just my senior year. So yeah. We had a lot of classes. How many classes do y'all have?
7.
7. I had somewhere around 14 or 15 classes.
What did you say?
14 or 15. And every day our schedule was different. So like on Monday and Friday, I had English in the morning. And then we had literature on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. So Spanish literature. And then we had psychology just on Monday. I had biology every day. I had biology 8 hours a week. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then a lab on either Tuesday or Thursday. Physics, 4 days, 4 hours plus 2 hours a lab. Chemistry, 3 hours plus 2 hours a lab. Okay? A lot more classes, right? You hear all those classes? 3 sciences in my schedule. Then we had math 2 days a week, right? So it's kind of like what you guys do, a block schedule, but ours changed every day. And we know that we got out of school at like 12:30, you go home and have lunch, and then maybe you would come back and have PE 1 day a week. This is a private school right here. You can see their uniform's a little different. Okay, so that's our uniform. Here's some ideas about the classes that we took. So this is senior year, junior year, sophomore year. Okay, this is the science track. I took the science track because I thought I was going to be an orthodontist, and then I changed my mind.
And you want to be
Yeah, instead. I was a musician actually, and then I became a teacher. We can see this video, but I'm not going to show it now. I'm going to see how do I get past it. Alright, this is the private school across the street that's in that video. Here's the school right here, right, with the patio. Then they have a soccer field. They have like 2 little soccer fields for the younger kids, all these tennis courts and soccer fields and all kinds of stuff. We did not have all that. This is what we had at my school. We had the building, and we had a basketball court, and that was it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so now you are going to fill out your Venn diagram. Yeah, you're going to fill out your Venn diagram between now and Friday. Okay? Say some things about schools in Argentina. Yours is not circles, right? It's squares. You're going to say something about Argentina, some things about just the United States, and some things that are good for both. Okay?
Is there a list where we can see all this?
It is, this PowerPoint
Yes.
is on your thing that says escuelas. It's right before the Venn diagram assignment.
Do we gotta enter them?
Okay, you can hit stop.